Jai Sri Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome to Sri Ayyangar ji. Very very important person we have on the show today, friends. This is a major one regarding the Kanaka Durga Mandir in Vijayawada. Looted by Andhra government. How it is being looted, that's what we are going to see. And you are here with a very important person. Okay, Ayyangar ji is a social activist, social worker, and a whistleblower for the temple. Basically, he is specializing in the areas of temple. You must watch this video. There is no question about it. Okay, and comment if you have any questions, and we will love to see. But anyway, friends, if you are here for the first time, please make sure to subscribe the channel, okay, and also like the channel and press the notification button to make sure that you get notified as we come live, and also like the video, comment and share so that we can reach out to more people. Okay, and welcome Ayyangar ji. Thanks for joining us today. And says what's happening in Kanaka Durga temple. You have been a temple activist. See, basically I'm going to do a show separately with you on social work you do. I was so amazed you have adopted a village and turning that totally into Sanatani village. Otherwise you should have got converted basically. And I was seeing the picture there, so heartwarming, and I want the experience to be shared with the people too one of these days. But anyway, Kanaka Durga Temple, what is happening here?
Thank you, Mr. Sundar Dilipan. Great occasion.
Welcome.
And very pleasure to meet you and devotees on this occasion.
Mhm.
Here, you questioned me about the Kanaka Durga temple and its price hike and all other questions. You have
Right.
not only you have raised, even in the minds of devotees also the question arised.
Mhm.
So here we have to see mainly whether it's happening in Kanaka Durga temple or it's happening in all the temples. That also we should have to think it. The price hike of the tickets. Who raises the price hike of concerned temple? We say
Mhm.
generally the executive officer, the government is raising the hike of the concerned temple. But here
Mhm.
in Kanaka Durga temple also, the executive officer, basing on the government directions, he has increased from 300 rupees to 500 rupees on the occasion of Dasra festivals. Even after festivals also, it is being continued. Absolutely, there are a lot of different newses published in different newspapers, and out of which what we could understand, the price of concern Antaralaya Darshanam was 300 rupees increased to 300 to 500 rupees.
But
Whether they can increase.
before you dive deep into it, I have a question. Which is my major concern here. Okay, see here, there is a very very focused attack on Hindu temples. Okay, let us assume my children, your children, go to the temple. Okay, and they see us paying the money to have a darshan. Okay, whereas when you go to church or mosque, it's free for them to go inside. So what it kind of implies, they don't know much about the temple thing. What they are thinking in their mind is, wow, the church people and the mosque people are good, they don't charge us money. Whereas you go to the Hindu temple, they loot. Do you agree with me on this
Yes,
kind
Mr.
of?
Dilip. Yes, Mr. Dilipan said about the executive system of endowment system. The
Uh-huh.
government ruling or the executive officer ruling of the endowment system, in especially in Hindu religious temples. This is the
Mhm.
main issue. The people and especially the devotees have to understand whether the executive officer can rule the temple or the government can rule the temple. This has to be first understood by the people. But people, they think that the executive officer is the owner of the temple and we have to obey his orders. People in such a way they are thinking about it. But to be frank, if you realize it and if you can understand the actual facts of the concern, there
Mhm.
are a lot of things we have to give awareness to the people.
Mhm.
Because the executive officer, from where he has come to the temple, it is a religious temple. You're all devotees. Is a god is there. It is purely Hindu religious temple. Then the executive officer who is belongs to government sector. and government section, who is the custodian of the temple, how he has become the custodian of temple, this nobody is bothered, nobody is questioning, and nobody is at least questioning themselves. Why executive officer, how he has come here? But that has to be understood by each and every one of the
And
devotees.
he doesn't need to be Hindu. He doesn't need to be a practicing Hindu. He doesn't
Maybe
need
Hindu. That's what I am telling you. The executive officer may be Hindu or some other belongs to some other religion. It is immaterial. He is a secular person. First, we have to understand that a secular person, government employee means he is a secular person. How he is
right.
directly coming and occupying the seat of an executive officer? He is acting himself as the trustee and self-styled custodian. He is stating himself he is the owner of the organization. We devotees, we are not questioning him. We devotees, we are just happily going to the temple. As we are becoming outsiders. He has become the owner. Actually, as per the constitution 25 and 26 in religious, this articles 25 and 26, it is a clear violation. How the government directly rule the temples by appointing an executive officer to the religious institutions. He may be Hindu or Christian or Muslim. He may be, it may be immaterial. Some people are they are questioning. No, the executive officer must be Hindu. The trust board must be, all members must be Hindus. They are belong to some other Christian community, and all our people raise the questions. Here we have to understand that he may be Hindu also. We are objecting strictly. He is a secular executive officer, is secular post. Maybe
Right.
Hindu. Today he is here executive officer. Tomorrow he may be joining as a inspector of some other work board, some other other religious organizations,
But
or
but
some other
but
department he may
let me
join.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay, I go to see my God. Okay, I go to see my God, and I am going there to have darshan of my God. How in the world these crooks can put a ticket for me?
That's what I'm telling. First of all, our people have to. I have stopped thinking about the temple system. We are just going to the temple, purchasing tickets, and having darshan, praying the God for our own sake. We never bother about other sake. Others say, even we never ask the questions. Even we never bother about the temple system. How the temple system is. How, what is the development? What we are paying so much of money. They never bother about it. In newspapers, as well as Kanaka Durga concerned temple and other temples, recently Kanipakam temple also, it was told that the executive officer unilaterally increased the ticket from 500 to around 5,000 rupees, then for which the people, all devotees, they have questioned, they raised, there was a lot of agitation. Then immediately the government enrolled and transferred the concerned EO, and now appointed another EO. They said that the EO executive officer unilaterally increase the hike of the concerned price and all. They say so many things, whatever it may be. We have to ask the government why the government appointed an executive officer, under what constitution, rules and regulations they have appointed an executive officer to my religious temple. We never ask whether they are appointed to churches, whether they are not appointed to mosques. That
It
is
is free
immaterial for
there.
me. It is
Okay, to
immaterial
go
for me.
inside a
Why the
church is
government is
free.
directly interfering?
Yeah, the going inside a church is free, mosque is free. Why I had because my children ask me, right? They think they don't understand the concept of government.
Yes, you are correct. Instead of asking that question, we have to ask in this way. Even whether you have appointed those churches, or you may appoint mass also, but that is immaterial for me. You should not appoint executive officer for me. That question we have to ask. Executive officer is purely secular person. Ours is purely religious organization. And what control, what customs, and what is the conditions? What is the conditions adopted? Why the executive? At what conditions and terms he has appointed here? Clearly,
Absolutely.
several governments, several high courts and supreme courts, they have given clear verdicts. The executive officer role itself is temporary. He should not be there for a long time. He
I
should be
mean,
there only for a stipulated period.
no,
He
I
should not
just
stay there for a long period.
I just want you you are pretty aware of this subject. You can correct me if I am wrong. That is, in majority of the temple, more loots are done by these temporary post holders and their coteries. Okay, many loots. You have jewelry is missing. You have this missing, that missing. Without their knowledge, how come it can happen ever?
Exactly. You have asked a wonderful question. The points which you have mentioned, each and every point, it takes minimum 1 day to discuss about it. about the temple system, about the rituals, about the traditions, about the customs, about the ornaments, about the lands, about the encroachments of the lands, about the donor system. Everything is it takes minimum 1 day for every subject. Here, especially, we are just asking about the ticket system, whether ticket system has to be introduced or not. If introduced, whether it is to be increased or not. If it is increased, who has to increase the price, and how much increase has to be increased the price. The concerned ministers, they say that it is not abnormal at all. In connection with the Kanaka Durga Temple, the concerned ministers, they say that it is not abnormal. It is nominal to the temple. How we so the one in another newspapers it is told that it is for Antaralayam Darshanam, only for temple, only for Dasara, duration of Dasara it is introduced. After Dasara also it is being continued. Why it is continued means their government, they say that the government is spending lakhs of rupees for temple. It is absolutely cannot be tolerated.
I just want to interfere here for a minute, and I want to say the situation on which you are working to the people who are watching this video. They may be thinking you are just coming here and talking. Friends, you know what? He is talking from Andhra. What does it mean to you and me? Okay, in Andhra, Jagan's own minister, YSRP, it doesn't matter. Every ruling party is a culprit. There is no question about it. They all want to put the money into the hundi of the Hindu temple. There is no question about it. But Jagan's own MLA, who stood against the conversion and these kind of loots, was beaten up mercilessly. Beaten up mercilessly. And that is a situation where Ayyangar Garu is sitting and working. I want you to know, just to comment, thank you for people like him, for him, so that they put their own life at risk and come and talk to you and me. Okay. It's an incredible job. Yes, Ayyangar Garu.
Mr. Sundar Dilipan, here I wanted to clearly state that it is not the question whether which government, Jagan government is ruling, and whether Chandrababu Naidu's government is ruling, whether communist government is ruling. It's pure, it's immaterial. I'm not bothered which government is ruling. Absolutely, my question, my contention is why the government, which government it may be, why the government directly involving in temple issues? It is absolutely unconstitutional. It is illegal. The act itself is illegal. That's right. What I'm asking. Which devotees are asking? Everybody is going there purchasing tickets. The fixing of tickets itself is it's a crime, major crime in temples. Fixing of tickets for darshanam, fixing of tickets for prasadam, fixing of tickets for everything. It is a crime. Absolutely, from traditional and from Vishnu Kundin, from 5th century onwards up to the almost 18th century, absolutely there is no ticket system for darshan. There is no ticket system for any of the darshans or Archita Sevas. Even there was no hundi at all. Even there was no hundi at all. You may ask, where is the question of how, if you say like this, how we have to maintain the temple system? You may ask. The only thing is there is no problem at all. Earlier there was Mirasi system. There was even Archakas. They were having all service inam lands. Even the Dharmakatas, who were the trustees of the temples, have all sorts of maintenance system. They have no problem at all. One by one, even from 26, even British government onwards. Of course, the British government, they introduced the system. They have introduced the Endowments Acts. That Endowments Acts being continued. Even Tirupati also, for some extent, the British government ruled directly. After then, they have realized and they left it and they hand over it to the Mahants, and they were only charging because they understood and they realized that what the hell we are doing, directly promoting the idolatry worship. We should not directly having the custodianship, and hence they decided and hand over it to the Mahants, and they left and they were only collecting from sort of peace, some peace.
Ayyangar Garu, one thing I want to say you, okay? I was in the lines of Srirangam temple. I was in the queue, okay, for the Vishwarupa Darshanam, okay? And there was a North Indian couple, okay, who didn't know anything about anything. They didn't even know Tamil. They came there standing with their older parents and 4 of their children. Okay. And the guy who was on the counter, he was abruptly sending them back, because if you want to go to Vishwarupa Darshanam, you had to pay 100 rupees per piece. And here they were, the couple were 2, their parents 4, and 4 children. 800 rupees he didn't had in the pocket. Can you believe this? To see our God.
You are
We are
right. You
not
are right.
talking
You are
about
right.
anything
You
else.
only, Mr. Dileepan, you said it is correct, but we are not bothered about the real root causes. We are thinking, we are just questioning about the only top line issues. The
Right.
main root cause, if you identify and if you start questioning about the root cause, then all these things can be out, because we stopped questioning. We stopped from the past, for the past 60 years. We stopped questioning the government. We are just obeying whatever they say, whatever they increase. See, first of all, they have abolished the Estate Abolition Acts, because lot of Jamindars, they have given thousands of acres of lands to the gods and goddesses of many temples, especially in Andhra. If you say 45,000 acres of the temples given by the Jamindari systems and kings, they were taken by the government, not on land acquisition, not on the basis of land acquisition. They have taken on the basis of Estate Abolition Act, and they have kept the all 45,000 acres of the land, and the government, concerned government, issued to pay a nominal amount during those days, around 60 years back. The nominal amount per acre around 1 rupee or 1.5 rupee, that and all. But even for the past 60 years, they're not paying this
But
Estate
let me
Abolition Act. They fail, so that they have to
abs-
give it back the temples. That once if the agreement is not fulfilled,
absolutely,
they have to give back all the 45,000 acres of the lands to the temples. They're not giving back. We stopped
absolutely,
questioning them. We
absolutely.
stopped questioning the temple institutions and governments. Governments having absolutely, there is, as per the constitution, the religious the secular government, even maybe EO or RJC or DC, whatever the cadre may be, even maybe minister. Absolutely, the secular system has no role at all in our religious system. It is not words of me. It is not my words. The constitution says clearly, you are handling the system. The system, even
Now,
courts also clearly has given the verdicts.
yeah. 1 second, 1 second. Iyengar Garu, let me ask you. Now, if I am coming to Kanaka Durga Temple to see my Mataji, okay, so I had to pay 500 rupees to get in. Is that right?
That's what I'm telling, Mr. Dilip. And absolutely, the executive officer we have given, he's a self-styled custodian. Who has appointed him? Government has appointed. Government has. How can they appointed an executive officer? And how can the executive officer completely sits in the temple premises? He cannot. He should not. A government secular officer should not sit completely. You should not sit permanently in the premises of religious institution. He cannot sit. We expanded all his wings, thousands of his wings. He established, he appointed several hundreds of people, hundreds of persons of government employees and executive under his control, and he expanded his wings. And absolutely, they are eating. Not only this government, every government for the past 60 years, they are eating the funds of the temples. They are directly taking by which means, by CGF or whatever it may be, they are taxed various reasons. Even now, this is in some even fixed deposits also there. For some executive officers, they have saved a lot of fixed deposit in the name of fixed deposits. And after then, government instructing for the payment of CGFs and all, they are asking the fixed to liquidate the fixed deposits, which can
You know,
be, of course, they say that different ways that fixed deposits can be liquidated, and mainly fixed deposits cannot be. Of course, we are not touching them.
no,
They say
no,
so many
you know,
things, but even then,
let's
why? You see here,
go into the crust of the matter of the today. Okay, so to see my God, I had to pay ticket,
yes,
and this is fixed by the. I am more worried about different aspect of it. Okay, let me say you, I am not worried about the legality. I am seeing this more in the perspective of conversion. My children who go to the temple, okay, and they think, see, Tirupati temple, I exposed this, and after this they were coming for a lawsuit against me, and then they pulled back the Tirupati Devasthanam temple, okay, and to using the name of COVID, they were charging 10,500 rupees ticket per person to get inside by giving a ticket bill of 500 rupees. Okay. And we expose that. You will be pretty aware of those situations. You are more aware than me on these things. But you know what? To go and see my God, I had to pay money. My child is asking, what do I say? Child cannot understand. They say, Dad, you know what? Why? Why Hindu temples are looting us?
Mr.
If we go
Mr.
to
Dilip,
church, it is free.
yes,
Mask
yes.
is free.
Yes, yes. Mr. Dilepan, you asked me the same question. You asked me once again the same question. I am telling you, actually, the person who is not at all entitled to rule our organization he is a self-styled custodian. He sat on our head and ruling it. And
Right.
that question, that root cause question, once if you can send him out, once if you can send him out, uh, actually he is not supposed to. What is the ticket system? Absolutely, from tradition, from several ages, there is no system. Ticket system is not there. They say that, array, without ticket system, darshan, array, for Swami darshan, how they can fix up the ticket? Nobody asked. That is the reason for the past 50 years we are paying for darshan, we are paying for prasadam and all. Absolutely, there is fixing up a ticket for prasadam and darshan. It's not as per Agama. It is quite against. It is quite against.
Absolutely.
Even Agama Pandits, they are not questioning it. What is the hell you are doing? But darshan, see, they say that as far as Kanaka Durga Temple and some other temples, they say that fixing up the special rates and all, it is not an abnormal, it is nominal. And also they say that we are spending lakhs of rupees for the never, no government is spending lakhs of rupees.
Who
If
the
they
heck
spend lakhs
wanted
of
you
rupees to
inside?
the temple, it is illegal. Again, it is
Yeah,
illegal.
we say
They
you
are
get
not
out from the
spending it, they
temple
are
and you
eating,
come and
actually
say you
eating.
spend money on us. You know,
Pardon?
but let me. We say you get out from the temple and you say no, no, no. I went and did so much service to the temple. We don't want your service. We don't want you. You get out from here. Is the
Yes,
but let
yes.
me
Now you
ask
have
you
come to the
one.
correct point. Now you have come to the correct point. You said that your children has no, you cannot, they cannot understand. They don't know this and all. Even I am telling you, not only your children, even our elders for the past 60 years, we are happily sleeping. We have hand over our temple system into the government hands. We are happily. We stopped questioning it. Even not only children, even elders, even we are not aware whether we thought that executive officer can rule the temple. He can fix up anything. He can rule it. Arey, what the hell
Absolutely,
is what? How he is sitting in our temple? First of all, we have to question him. You are not questioning
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. One last question from my end for you. Okay, before we go, it is more into the legality. That is now Gujarat government is bringing UCC, Uniform Civil Code. Okay, the Uniform Civil Code, does it apply on the temples also, or only on the civil matters of the individuals?
See, that is a different different issue. Uniform civil code, that and all different. The religious
No,
institution,
no.
we have our customs, we have our
Temples
systems.
also come under that, or only the
See,
individuals? I'm asking.
only we have our religious systems, we have our customs and all. As per the Agama Siddhanta, the temple will run not because of something else, not because if there is any violation, if there is any absolutely any violation, if it comes to in connection with any rights, human rights and all, if anything happens, if it is abnormal, that situation is abnormal thing. The government or the mother agencies may involve and question, but whereas till such time the temple run only as per system and custom and Agama Sampradayas. No one can absolutely, even courts, even judiciary, even High Court or Supreme Court, they have no jurisdiction in a special temple system. They cannot interfere in the religious system. They cannot religious in rituals. They cannot religious in Agama systems. How can, what is
Absolutely.
the question of, what is the question?
And
How, as per the Agama system, only the temple runs. That's all. If anybody interferes, it is illegal. That's all. That is that should be understood by, the all the elders, at least devotees, all the Agama Pandits, all there are so many Pandits, they are queue in lines, they are taking all very huge in huge gatherings, they're taking a lot of Sanmanams and all. They absolutely they know everything, they're not, they stopped questioning, they're obeying their heads, they're bending their heads in front of executive officers. They say they feel that they should obey it. He is an executive officer, he may be a king. As if he is a king, he is ruling on our head. He's sitting on our head and ruling it. Absolutely. And one more thing, and next time if there is an opportunity, I will give you all judiciary, all verdicts of concern High Court and Supreme Court verdicts, what they say about the religious system, what they say about Agama, what they say about rituals, and how who can interfere, who cannot interfere, and all we can discuss later. But in just in a conclusion, I can say that absolutely the executive officer fixing up tickets means it is nothing but interference in the religious system of our concepts, our systems of temples. It should be questioned and it should be contested even. But contested events, we are not having any awareness. We should create our awareness. We should create awareness among the devotees, among the system of Hindu concepts. Otherwise, it is
absolutely.
very difficult.
You, you,
Tomorrow,
you
this
know,
5,000 rupees may increase to 10,000 rupees. We have to question it.
absolutely. And you know, one thing very funny, means in a very sad way, Anger Garu. The Madurai High Court is sitting on temple land. It's sitting on the stolen land, and they are going to give verdict on the temple stealing. Guys like this who sitting on the temple land. Okay, this has been challenged many times. Okay, you may not be aware because you are in Andhra. You know, the Madurai High Court is on temple land, encroached temple land. Can you believe that?
Only thing that's what I am telling you. The problem is the temple lands are changed day by day. It is totally encroached, and several lands were sold off, and it reaches to the different hands once for all. Even RSR and Adangal is also revenue. They have changed the names of the concern, and absolutely now after 50-60 years they could understand. Even see so many government offices there in temple lands. Nobody is questioning. You see, for example, one RTC bus stand itself, total bus stand itself in a temple land. Even Nrsimha Sagaram like Koneru. Some see Swamivari in general in major temples they conduct Sri Chakra Snanam and all that auspicious tanks. They were also encouraged them all were completely filled, and government offices were running on built on running. So nobody is questioning. The problem is here, first of all, the person who has been appointed an executive officer, and what purpose he has been appointed. They say that it is only for the protection of the temple and temple lands. What the hell he is doing for the past 60 years? That is not being questioned. He is not doing it all, not even a single acre of land. Not only that, if you stop questioning that fellow, normally in generally the land will day by day, year by year, if it changes into different hands, it goes to different hands. So clearly, the what that should be questioned. Even Supreme Court or High Court, whatever it may be, or any judiciary system, if it is in the lands of concern, that should be vacated. That's what the law says. That should be the law says. The temple land is temple land. The deity land is deity land. Deity is always is a perpetual. The deity's lands cannot be changed. Deity lands cannot be sold off. The deity's lands cannot be encroached. There are rules and regulations are there. So many GOs also. The Chief Secretary, ex-Chief Secretary, Mr. J.S. Prasad is given a wonderful GO that is not being absolutely by any one of his officers, lower section officers. They never bother to even read that. There are wonderful GOs are there, wonderful High Court judgments are. Who is not bothered about implementing? That's what the fate of concern. This should be. We have to create a lot of awareness among the. Not only that.
Thank you for you coming and pouring your heart and sharing the information. I will request the leaders, viewers of this channel, if you are watching this video, friends, do some favor. Okay, we are going to talk to Ayyangar Garu, who is a whistleblower and a social activist and a social worker, very, very, very important person who is working for our Desh and Dharma. Okay, if you have any questions or if you want to cover any of the special aspects, please post the questions, and we are going to try to get him on the next week again on based on his availability. And please post the questions, and we will love to discuss with them. And we want to thank Ayyangar Garu for coming here and enlightening us on these things. Thank you for what you are doing.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. What you do is not easy, and we pray for your safety. We pray for your family, because you are a very, very important person, and people like you are the one who make the Sanatan Dharma stay and flourish. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Jai Srimanarayana. Thank you very much.